Hello, welcome to Sun, Moon, Star, Tarot. My name is Gina. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. These next 4 bell songs are to align us and to bless this reading. This is going to be a timeless pick a card. How can I heal the conflict within myself? So here we have a clear quartz, can be also Lemurian or twin Lemurian quartz. The dealer wasn't sure, the crystal person wasn't sure, excuse me. And then we have a clear quartz geode. I believe I'm saying that word correctly. Just a very pretty sparkly crystal. And lastly, we have raw lapis lazuli. And yeah, so whichever stone that you're most drawn to, or whatever number, we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll just go ahead and pick that pile, and then I'm going to go ahead and see you at your reading. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. I do offer private readings. You can book it via my website at thesunmoonstartarot.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at spirituallygina. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So how can you heal the conflict within yourself, pile 1? Here, this is, again, the clear quartz. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first, I'm going to turn the card over, and we have boundaries. So right now, this may be a great time for you to start setting boundaries. And this can be even within yourself, not necessarily having to externalize this card. Also focusing inwards. I'm going to go ahead and see what the book had to say about this card, just more detail about it. But yeah, boundaries, like a lot of sacral chakra work. That's a lot of feeling, a lot of emotions. Just really opening yourself up, but then also knowing when you've had enough. So yeah, it says, so this book here, it says, chase your dreams, opportunities are endless. Though our lives, we sometimes feel our movements are restricted, whether it's our career, finances, relationship, travel, or living arrangements. We need to grow as individuals, but we can only do so by breaking old molds and creating new experiences. There is so much potential within you, but you must be willing to be bold and be brave. Yeah, so I was really getting the part where it was when I said not necessarily externalizing it. So I guess this card most so talks about breaking past boundaries at this time. Perhaps you've been in a stagnant place in your life, and right now is a time for you to expand. All right, so 4 cards on how to heal conflict within yourself. All right, so first we have the Page of Swords. So then you need to take a fresh new look at something through the eyes of inner child, or just through a more innocent lens. Then we have 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. So being happy now is what I'm getting. Then we have the Ace of Coins, perhaps starting something new at this time. One more, please. All right, and then we have lastly strength. And then this goes back to boundaries, kind of expanding and pushing past your boundaries. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Knight of Swords. So having a lot of, giving this conflict a lot of thought and really pushing past it. And there may be some fear involved, but know that this is, you're only perpetuating this, and you can move past this basically. And then we have the 10 of Wands. You needing to kind of like let the burdens go into like have this bright, fresh new outlook. But with this Ace of Coins, I find that to be the most like standing out card in the well, not really. There's also a Strength card, which is beautiful. But the Aces is just, it talks about earthly abundance. So really having the abundance in material or spiritual, having nourishment, contentment, which is also this 10 of Cups. So it looks like they're really asking you to bring yourself into the present moment, and not to allow your harmful thought patterns to overwhelm you, and to push past perceived boundaries. All right, so we have here Earth, more Earth coming in here. And then in the book, I just want to see what she said. Again, this is a newer deck, so I haven't looked at it as much, but I still love it so far. So it says nurture, preparation, rest, planting, new growth, fertility. So really going back to this Ace of Coins, and then we have unknown coming in as well. For me, I'm really getting the vibe that you need to kind of be in the unknown and be comfortable in that, because you're really, again, expanding at this time, and you are expanding past old boundaries that you've set for yourself. So right now is a great time for you to kind of like branch out and to go into the unknown. And that can be a little bit scary because, again, we do have the Nine of Swords here. And so, yeah, it can be a very scary thing to go into the unknown and to not necessarily know where you're at, and to be in this kind of danger zone is what the ego says it is. But knowing that it's okay to be there, and it's a time of new beginnings. This Ace coming back in, through the unknown, having courage, the Strength card, threshold, chaos, and having self-trust. So really just being in that creative period at this time, tapping into your divine feminine energy. Feminine energy is the energy of chaos. So just knowing that and cultivating her into what you want her to be. And 2 more, please. All right, we have rest. So needing to take a break when necessary. Knowing when it's time to like take action. This Knight of Swords energy. And then knowing when it's time to take a pause and take a break. All right, and then lastly, we have imagination. Using your third eye at this time to help manifest better circumstances. And in the bottom of the deck here, we have fuck it, which is basically needing to be detached, needing to be like let this go, and needing to move yourself forward. And this has really probably been a very heavy period for you. A lot of fear involved, a lot of what ifs, a lot of I don't know, but there's really asking you at this time to push past and to find a lot of things about abundance here as well. And finding balance in the times that it seems very unbalanced. So thank you so much for watching, Power Ones. If you found this video to be helpful, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Namaste. This is Power 2 is welcome to your reading. This will be how can you heal the inner conflict within yourself. I didn't say this previously in the other part, but I want to be sure to thank your guides and thank your higher self at this time for helping facilitate this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is the Clear Quartz Geode. I believe it's pronounced. I'm probably completely butchering it. I should have looked it up previously, but I just really didn't. But yeah, so how to heal the conflict within yourself. The first card coming out, it was beautiful, compassion. So really opening, I'm just going to actually bring it up so you can see it. But really opening up your heart chakra at this time. Queen Yin is the goddess depicted here, and she is the goddess of compassion. And I believe she is also an ascendant master. I do not know, I don't know what chakra she governs, but I know that she is an ascendant master. And so she just has this beautiful raw energy around her. And her card says, enlightenment, divine understanding, creates new life. The beautiful Florida Queen Yin holds the white lotus in her left hand and the pearl of enlightenment in the other. She arrives today to bless you with compassion, unconditional love, and acceptance. Residing in the realm of the Ascendant Masters, I was right. She has heard your prayers and is asking you to be open to miracles. So really opening yourself up at this time to really bring it into the situation, as well as to just have inner balance and inner peace. So how can Power 2 heal the conflict within themselves? How can they heal the conflict within themselves? How can they heal the conflict within themselves? All right, so first card we have here, we have the Ace of Coins. This came out in the first pile, so there may be a message for you there. And then we have the Magician. I just heard having like an eye, like in this card, it kind of looks like he has like knowledge. So really having specialized knowledge and applying that specialized knowledge to be in your benefit. And then here we have the Two of Wands, having 2 decisions and needing to kind of choose between them. One probably being more lucrative, more up your alley, the other being probably less lucrative, less, I'm getting there's like one to where it's like you are more passionate about it, and the other one is like less passion, but it's probably more knowledge about it. And then we have the Sun. Everything is working out in your favor, and it's beautiful because that card came out when I was putting the other pile back in. I was putting their cards back in. It's beautiful. So it looks like you have like the choose between option, but knowing that whatever option, the option that you choose should have self-growth involved, and should benefit you in that realm. Then we have Nine of Pentacles. This is a slow and steady race, but you were getting there. It's so beautiful how like it's slow and steady, probably at first, but then you're going to have an explosion of business, and you kind of having this, like, not a dictatorship, but having this monetary value that basically you reign over and that you rule over. And this comes from a place of discipline, comes from a place of experience, from a place of knowledge. So really first doing the self-work, and then expecting great things, and like really putting in the effort, and knowing that it may be a slow payoff at first, but then knowing that you will have an explosion of growth towards the end. Just you needing to stick with it, and you needing to stick with what makes you passionate, and stick with what makes you feel like you are doing what your life's purpose is, really. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and clarify. Please clarify the spread. A beautiful spread. I mean, whenever the sun comes up, I'm like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Like, it's, even like, no matter what road you choose, like, whatever you're passionate about, you're always gonna end up back there. So just like choose it first, basically. All right, so nothing's popping out. I'm gonna do 2, and then 1 more. All right, everything popped out. So I'm gonna cut the deck about here, and then choose from the top. All right, so here we have fulfillment. Yes, beautiful. One path providing you with fulfillment, with this sense of ease, with a sense of pleasure, a sense of doing your life's purpose, and that's what you are really being called to do at this time. And then we have self. So working on inner self and working on manifesting. I have not pulled that card before, so I'm going to go ahead and see what the author had to say about it. All right, with self, meditation, spiritual understanding, quiet the mind, the higher self, messages, give up distractions. So really focusing your energy onto yourself at this time, and not allowing anything to distract you from fulfilling your soul's desires. This could be attachments, people, things, whatever. Just tunnel vision on your goals, basically, is what I'm getting here. And really just making sure that whatever you're doing fulfills you immensely. All right, and then beautiful, we have balance coming in. So really needing to balance and coming into balance, I feel, as well. And then last, we have air. Beautiful. I'm going to see what the author wrote for that one again. But with air, I'm just getting the sense of like creation and pleasure, thoughts, intellect, change, cleansing, communication, breath, having mental clarity at this time. So anything that causes mental fogginess, casting it aside, or at least not engaging in it until you have created, you have focused, and then engaging in carnal pleasures. So not saying that you cannot do it, but also knowing that it's okay to draw back. It's okay to do it, but it's okay to draw back, and it's okay to have a line, basically. It's okay to have boundaries, right? And then we have fear. Knowing that your fear is a great motivator for you at this time. So using it to, like, feeling the fear and doing it anyways, and using it to motivate you. Then we have messenger, good omens being around you at this time. We have abundance. This Ace of Pentacles coming back in again. And then we have faith, needing to have unshakable courage and unshakable foundation at this time. So thank you so much for watching, Pal Twos. I hope you found resonance in this reading. I want to be sure to thank you guys again at this time, and to thank your higher self as well. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Namaste. Alright, so welcome to your readings, Pal Threes. If you chose the Lapis Lazuli, the raw Lapis Lazuli, this will be your reading. So, I'm just going to show you the stone again. It's beautiful. I love this piece. I meditate with it quite a bit. We have protection. So first, knowing that you are protected at this time. Your physical self is protected, your spiritual self is protected, your mental self is protected, and your emotional self is protected. So really allowing those layers to feel this protection that is innately around you. You are safe, you're protected, and you need to honor your integrity at this time. Also needing to have patience and to focus your energy on improving and strengthening your state of being without compromising who you are internally, and showing gratitude and being thankful with humility and grace, because this is also protection, but you need to also be sure to thank the protector, basically, you know, if that makes sense. So just having that equal exchange of energy, always balance, right? But 4 cards on how to heal the conflict within. 4 cards on how to heal the conflict within. 4 cards on how to heal the conflict within. All right. So first here we have, if anything comes out, pops out. All right, cool. So we have here the 6 of Wands, which is an energy. I actually got this card in my mom's deck today, which is pretty cool. The 6 of Wands is having the confidence, having the courage, having the spirit after a time of victory, or needing to kind of act as if, to be in that energy, to having self-awareness, but in a very, like, you're moving forward, you're having confidence, courage, and then really just having this era of self-awareness and leadership. And then we have the Knight of Cups here, which is a heartfelt offer or a heartfelt endeavor. So needing to really emphasize, if I don't love this, then I'm not doing this. And knowing that something, I mean, obviously sometimes we have to do things that we don't love doing, but I guess when it pertains to your like emotional growth and your emotional integrity, and even just launching projects, like whatever you're doing, putting your heart in it, basically. And then we have bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. So again, this energy of protection coming back in. This is an energy of knowing, of having like mental rest, mental clarity. And then we have 3 of Coins, co-creation, the Sun. Everything is working out in your favor. And Knight of Wands, swift movement towards your goals. Excuse me. And then the last 2 cards we have here are the Fountain. The Fountain is their own deck that they did, the own card that the makers of this deck developed. Excuse me, that must have been like a tongue twister. I'm going to go ahead and read their interpretation, since it's not a card I work with often. Oneness, a moment of cosmic clarity. Clarity coming back in. Clarity, the 4 of Swords. The end of seeking, enlightened being, surrender that you are, and then whole and perfect. So knowing that even in your creative endeavors, that you are whole, that you are perfect now, and that, again, this is kind of reiterating that, this 9 of Cups, you have emotional stability, you have most emotional clarity in this present moment. You can cultivate it within yourself. So just really it's asking you to go back to the self and just making sure that whatever you're doing, you have emotional investment and emotional passion behind, and that it will, when you do this, when you have this, you will feel contentment, you will feel emotional satisfaction, you will feel that your wishes are being fulfilled, because you are already in that place of receiving and knowing that you're getting it. So it's like you're in this place, so your wishes are fulfilled in the present moment, because you are in the present moment, and having good karma surrounding you. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and clarify. Clarify respect, please. All right, so here we have air again. Contentment, connection. I'll go ahead and read the book again for this one as well, just to make sure I'm checking all like the dots, you know. Gotta make sure. All right, thoughts, intellect, change, cleanse, communication, breath, mental clarity, communication. So just really making sure your mental state at this time is cleansed and working well. This 4 of Swords lets me know that if you are not working towards that, then that should be your goal, which is mental rest and mental clarity. All right. And then here we have the Unknown coming in again. So part 2 may have a message that resonates with you. But the Unknown is just being in this void of creation, being in the void, being in your divine feminine energy, right? Well, it's like you don't have all the answers, but you're surrendering anyways, and you're being anyways, and you're in the present moment. And we have becoming, which is really beautiful. You still being in translation, but you having like, it's like being between 2 worlds, basically. It's like you're transitioning and you're realizing, but you're still like shedding. It's like you're doing all of these things at once, and it's beautiful. It is really beautiful time of transition. All right, and one more card, please. We have abundance. So knowing that you have abundance surrounding you, knowing that you are bringing in abundance, and knowing that when you're in this beautiful passive receptive state, that is when you can receive. And then we have emotion, which I'm going to look up. I have not gotten that card, but but it looks like you being honest about your emotions, you being open about them, and you accepting them, and you really just allowing them to be and to be as they are. All right. Emotion means clouded judgment, choices, feeling emotion, and guidance, navigation. Again, yeah, coming back to this mental clarity that we have with the Four of Swords. This is saying that there may be a lack of clarity at this time, but the spread indicates that clarity is yours when you choose to accept the confusion, when you choose to accept the chaos, and you move forward with asking questions like, okay, what now? What else can I do? And yeah, so at this time, I want to be sure to thank you guys, thank your higher self for allowing you to find this reading. I hope it has been of assistance to you and it has granted you some clarity. If you found this reading to be helpful, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Namaste, and thank you so much for watching.